Come into the room once again, the room where the kingdom of God dwells, the room where you're able to release, the room where you're able to be you, no competition, the room where there's unity and no division. Welcome to the room. As I sit here and I, just really, like I said, I'm just talking to this presence, and it's real. The presence of God is real. When I tell you the presence of God is real, it's real. And you don't have to go far. It's right there where you are. But as I sit here and I'm reading, understanding, reading, understanding, reading, and understanding. And my spirit whispered to me. And the spirit, it has a soft voice. It doesn't yell, it doesn't command. It's soft. It's gentle. And you have to stand still long enough to hear it. But I'm sitting here in the spirit, and it reminded me that some of the delays, some of the not yets, some of the things that you've been looking for, you've been asking God for, and you've been chasing, you've been striving, you've been running, you just been busy trying to obtain it. The Spirit of God reminded me that it really don't take all that. Because when you're doing all that, that means you conform to the world. But the Spirit reminded me, it says, remind whoever this message is for, and I'm reminding me, I'm here to remind you that once you surrender to me, once you surrender that plan to me, once you surrender that issue to me, once you surrender that past experience to me, once you surrender whatever it is that you think you have to control to get the results, once you surrender that to me, don't you know that's when you start going, everything starts trickling down? Don't you know that's when things begin to happen? Don't you know that's when the doors open up? Don't you know that's when the opportunities come? Don't you know that's when the people show up? Don't you know that's when it happens? When you surrender? God was like, my spirit reminded me that some of us is still in a place of holding on to it, thinking that that's going to get your result. And the Spirit said that's not going to get your result. That's not going to get the result that you want. Because we, as individuals, we think that we know God. Well, we say that we know God, but we really don't know the power of God until we release every area, every experience, past, here, and future, into this hands of divine intelligence that's already said that the plans that I have for you is for you to prosper, to be in good health, to have a future and a hope. And as you seek this kingdom of who I am, everything else is added. The only thing you have to do is seek, dwell, abide, surrender, submit, allow, receive, and let me be who I am in your life, and stop trying to control it. Because the things that you've been going through, the things that you've been fighting with, the things that you think that you have to just grip it, to hold on to it, is not. Because I am God, I have something else for you. I have things. Once you surrender it to me, I have a way. You're trying to manipulate the situation. You're trying to manipulate the outcome. But when you surrender and allow me, don't you know I know how to turn those ashes into beauty? Don't you know when I said, in my presence, all things are made new. In my presence, there's liberty. So when you get into my presence, there's liberation. When you get into my presence, I know how to change that situation up to make it serve you. Don't you know when you get into my presence, things begin to shift on your behalf because of who I am. So I don't know who you are. Surrender, allow God to do what God is supposed to do, because you're committed to everything else other than what God is saying in the situation. You're committed to trying to solve it when God said, I am the solution. Stop looking at it and look at the presence. that will never leave you. It's already done. It's already finished. Remember, we're not wrestling with what we see. We're wrestling with the emotions that we feel about what we see. The eyes can be deceiving, but the I, which is I am, is the author and finisher of your faith, and is ready to do something that you've been waiting on. But you have to surrender it and stop surrendering to the kingdom of the world and surrender to the kingdom of truth, which has a way of working that out for your good. That's good. So take hold of the moment, enter into the room, and allow God to be God, because God is working in you, through you, for you, without denial. It's done. It's finished. Surrender. It's your posture over performance. Have a great one.